Good morning. I'm down here at the War Room at the Roxy this morning before I go to church, and I just had to make a quick comment on here. I posted a thing the other day about being over at my old church and watching people come and go in buying, I suppose the way they're coming and going, pot from the pot stop. And I watched people come and go, and I did. I literally sit on the rock there watching it happen, and I started crying. I did. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I said I started crying. I didn't say I started cursing that building. I didn't say I started hating those people that were coming. I didn't say that. I said I started crying. Because I prayed a long time ago. I said, God, would you break my heart for what breaks yours? And that breaks his heart. And if you've ever prayed that prayer, you will know that times you'll find yourself crying. If you really prayed that prayer, God, break my heart for what breaks yours, you're going to find yourself crying. And let me say before I get to some people who look at me and think, well, that guy's just judging the world. I have sit and cried at the condition of my own heart. You ever done that? You ever just cried at the condition of your own heart? I have. Yes, I have. More than once. And I sit there and I watch things going, and I just started crying. I wasn't hating. I wasn't cursing. I was crying because I remember the people I've dealt with for the last 22 years. I know the hundreds and hundreds of hours I've spent with people. And this is real. And you might hear me get just a little, it might sound mad, but it's not, I'm not mad. I'm just saying I see the destruction of drugs. And we could talk about alcohol. I'm not talking about that right now. It's probably one of the greatest destruction. I'm talking about drugs, this legalizing marijuana. And I've been, he's just judging, he's just hating all these people. No, I don't. I've had these people live with me. I've had addicts live with me, trying to get them straight again. And I'll be honest with you, the ones I have, you know where they are? They're back out using again. I'm sorry, that makes me cry too. But my home was opened up to them to help them. There's nobody, you can say anything you want about me. I got a pretty thick skin right now because of where I am with the Lord. There is nobody that cares more than I do for the people who are out there at the hands of the destruction of drugs and alcohol. Nobody. I'm not in a competition. I will tell you there's nobody that cares more. I'm up here right now in the Roxy. I'm praying. I've been praying. Well, you need to pray. I pray all the time for these people. I pray all the time for the nation, for this country, for the things that are going on in this country. I care about what's going on in this country because God has put a passion in my heart to care. The old me wouldn't even give a hoot. I'd be right out there living with the hogs. I would. I was there a long time. I was. But now I'm in the Roxy. We're going to start a recovery center in here. A recovery downstairs. We're going to try to get people in and help them deal in recovery, whether it's drugs or alcohol or what it is. Do you know how much money I have to do that? I am $40,000 in debt. I have tapped my 401k a long time ago. I have my little $1,400 a month I get Social Security. I'm not making 10 cents on what I'm doing. I'm into it to help people. I'm not in it for the dollars. I've never been in it for the dollars, and I'll never be in it for the dollars. I'm in it to try to help people. And then I get these remarks, well, you just got to pray. I am praying. Well, you just got to quit hating. I don't hate. Well, you just got to quit putting curses on people. I don't put curses on people. But I'll tell you what, this old word tolerance and being politically correct and let's get everything, let's just move in and let's just hamper, live and let live. Why don't we just stick our heads in the sand? Doesn't matter, the world's going to hell, who cares? Stick our head in the sand and just join them. I'm 67 years old. And I know what my life is worth. I know the more closer I get to God, the more I realize how little, tiny, and insignificant I am. But I also know how much God loves me, and He chose me to take me out of this kind of life right here. See, that's my story right there, and I'm sticking to it. You want to get back just a little bit. Oh, well, these people have the right to drink. These people have a right to smoke pot. They can, well, let's legalize all of it. They have a right to do that. They can choose. You bet they can. Tell the kids that. I lived there for 16, 17 years as a child being abused by an alcoholic father. You tell these kids that I've ministered to who come up to the altar and crying their hearts out because their parents are in jail because of drugs. They're being molested. They're in foster homes. Their life is miserable. You tell me what choice they have. And then you go out and you hobnob with the people that are making the money doing this stuff. That's fine with me. I won't do it. I'm going to stand up. Christians need to start standing up. They need to show up. They need to suit up. They need to pray up. And they need to speak up. And I know what I'm saying certainly isn't politically correct. And it sure doesn't sound like I'm being very tolerant. Because I see the destruction. I see it over and over. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to give you one example here. About a month ago, a little girl come in the Roxy on a Sunday night, selling her body to get meth. You know where it started? Smoking on a weed. Now she's walking the streets, 18 years old, selling her body to get meth. Isn't that wonderful? Let's just tolerate that. That's okay. Let's just close the doors. We don't have to worry about what's out there. Well, I do. I'm concerned, and I want to do something about it. And I'm going to do it here at the Roxy. And I'm certainly not going to get rich. I'm not counting the dollars. I'm looking at the destruction.